Hansen.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just sent to everybody, actually, all the senators, an email. In it, it has to do with this bill. It's a fascinating example of what's going on in the world when it comes to carbon emissions. It is a report by the British Broadcasting Corporation. It is entitled, Report China Emissions Exceed All Developed Nations Combined. Now, we had a very robust discussion on this floor yesterday about a $6 billion school bill, and rightfully so. But the amount of money that we are spending in not only Nevada but across the country to reduce our carbon emissions is in the hundreds of billions and will ultimately exceed, it'll go into the $1 trillion range. Now, why do I bring that up now? There are many people in this room who are understandably deeply concerned about the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. In the United States, we peaked out in 2016. We were at 1,600 million metric tons at that time. We've cut that by 400 million metric tons. But if you look at that graph, what you'll see is why we have been doing these sorts of things, which raise costs substantially, and especially on the energy sector for people that are on the poorer side of things, China has actually exceeded now. They're at 3,000 million metric tons. Now, if we were to cut 100% in Nevada, we were to literally eliminate our carbon footprint completely, it would be 1 million metric ton, a single one. In the last 20 years, China has now produced, in a single year, they will produce more carbon dioxide than the United States does in 1 year. 3 times what we do in a single year. And we are absolutely hamstringing our industries. So I know this bill doesn't deal with those bigger issues, and I will address this much further when we get to Order of Business 16. But I think we better look at these kind of things very, very carefully, because I believe we are literally witnessing the greatest swindle in the history of mankind. We are spending millions and billions of dollars trying to cut our carbon emissions. At the same time, China is openly expanding theirs in ways that we can't even fathom. Just for example, in the last 2 years, they have now built 1,200 new coal-fired power plants. Coal, the very worst. At the same time, too, they are promising the world that they are switching to a green energy economy when they do nothing of the sort. But anyway, I would urge my colleagues to vote no on that, and I will address that further when we get to Order of Business 16. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other remarks from the floor? Seeing none, the Secretary will open the roll. Anyone wish to change their vote?